Now then YouTube, I'm the Soft Man and welcome back to some more FTB interactions. In the last episode of FTB interactions, we created this little area here, which currently houses our macerator and not much more else. That will change though in this episode. Also, we created this, the Infernal Furnace from Thaumcraft. This was pretty easy to craft. We are going to make this into a machine version relatively shortly. However, we need brass. As I said in the last episode, to make brass we are going to go down the route of astral sorcery. It's been a long time since I played with astral sorcery, but we need marble, we need the luminous crafting table, we need Certus quartz. So without further ado, well, let's get straight off into it. And here we go. We've got everything that we need to be able to create these quartz slivers. We just need a starlight, and then it will make a quartz sliver. It's a shame that it doesn't tell you how much starlight you actually need. It seems this is not enough. Now, it does require. We may have to build up, or we may have to wait till night time. That might be a thing that we can do during night. To be able to craft with the Starlight Altar, we need to go ahead and make a resonating wand. This is not as easy as what it seems, so a couple of brass plates and a couple of marble is easy with some mana. However, the demonic will take a little bit more work. This requires a snare at a mob whilst killing it when it has white particles. Okay, that's going to be interesting. A snare is actually crafted with low covalence dust, some glass shards, and a coagulated blood drop. The coagulated blood drop is crafted in the casting table by putting in rotten flesh. So let's do that. And here we go. The coagulated blood drop is done. Let's dry this up into a blob. 3 more blood drops. Let's get these dried up just in case we need any more of these. It does take an absolute metric age for this to dry. So we'll come back in a second. And here we go, our first coagulated blood drop. And I've got the recipe already ready in here. That will make 8 rudimentary snares, which is not too bad actually. I don't know if I actually want to do this, guys. I'm questioning my life choices. Here comes a spider. It's probably the best one for us actually, this. Oh, missed. Well, that's a good start. I'll tell you what, let's make some more of these. I have a feeling I'm going to miss quite often. So let's get... oh, I didn't realise I can't actually stack that. I've crafted some more of the rudimentary snares. Let's go and give this a crack. It's just turning daytime, so hopefully this is probably the best time to do this. We need some white parts around him. There we go. And there we go. We've got our demonic will. That was actually scarier than what I thought it was going to be. Look at my health. That was from an exploding invisible creeper, by the way, when I was mining my Certus quartz. So just watch out for those. That sounds pretty awesome, doesn't it? Exploding invisible creeper. But we've got our demonic will now. That means we can craft what we need. I don't really like doing this, but to get brass, we need to make brass. We need brass plates for the resonating wand. So we are going to have to chuck in our plastic. Now, I don't need that many of them. I think 3 will do. So 3 into there. 3 of copper. and that'll pop out my my brass. However, it is going to leave the mortise in there. Maybe it's just floated off into the sky. I don't know, but we'll leave that there. I don't like doing that, but we're going to get our slivers one way or another. And 2 brass plates. That should be enough to be able to do this. And then our 2 marble. Is it not marble? I thought it was marble. It is marble. Oh, it is mana. Of course it does. Okay, let me get rid of my bucket here, and we'll shove a bit of mana in there. And there we go, the resonating wand. Fantastic. We should hopefully be able to craft ourselves the slivers now, the quartz slivers. And the starlight comes from the sky. And there we go. 1 quartz sliver for our troubles. We're going to need a lot more than 1 quartz sliver, that is for sure. So let's pop... can I do... Oh, no, hang on a minute. It is this one. There we go. Let's try to do all of them at once. I don't know if it will work like that. I don't know. Ah, yes. It seemed to do it all at once. That's fantastic. We've got 27 quartz slivers, which is great. I mean, that all works now. This is exactly what I wanted so that we can start making a load of brass over there. Right, let's try this out. We have our plastic, we have our copper, we have our quartz slivers, and we have our extra water for this. So let's go ahead and pop all of the... should we probably do a third of this to start with? There we go. And there we go. We got 2 mortars extra from that. I don't know why. It's only 2. I find it really strange. I don't know if the values on the plastic are actually true to what it actually says. Otherwise, we'd end up with a lot more mortars than what we've actually got here. So I don't know if it's all popping into the atmosphere and we just don't know about it or what. But we will leave it as is. I can't see anything. But I've put my thing over at the over in the other world at the moment. But let's give it a try anyway. So we'll go ahead and we'll do 20 this time. And yeah, our quartz slivers went in there. There was no issues whatsoever. We've got 33. Let's pop the... that might be an issue. We've run out of water. Well, now we have the brass available to us. And of course, we can always go ahead and craft some more. Now you've seen the process fully on how to do that brass. There's no sense keep going through it. We are going to work towards getting some more of these coal coke ovens. So we need 3 of these to fully power a large boiler. That does mean that we need quite a lot of bronze, like so much more bronze than we currently have, which means I need to go mining for a little bit more copper, a little bit more tin, and of course to make that bronze that we're going to need. We are going to set it up in this area, however we are going to utilise the fact that we can actually stack these next to each other. So the GregTech machines will use, like if you put them all together, you can use the side of one machine as the side of another machine, and I'll show you that very, very shortly. But we are going to stack these up. Now I'm actually thinking to myself that this is probably a little bit too small. Instead of raising the roof, no pun intended there, but instead of raising the roof, I think what we'll do is we'll knock out a little bit of the corner here and have a little bit of an area that is less square. So we'll have like a little staircase going down to our little area and have that over here. We'll then have the bronze boiler right next to it somewhere over here, and then that will go ahead and pump out all of the steam into the system over here, because this at the moment this is just not dealing with this one coal boiler here is not dealing with enough. It's not giving us enough steam to be able to macerate everything. It just runs out of steam so quickly. We need a better solution. So this is what we're going to have to do if we are going to make our system a little bit better so that we can start making our way towards LV and all that sort of stuff that GregTech has to offer. But first, we've got a little bit more work to do. a slightly cheaper recipe for the bricked bronze hulls. As you can see here, we can actually do them in the alloy smelter with 3 bricks and 1 bronze hull, and that gives us 2 of these bricked bronze hulls, which is not too bad actually. Now there's also a cheaper recipe. It's not really cheaper, but it means that I'm not using the hammer. Alloy smelter this as well, so there's 6 bronze plates and 2 brass plates, and that will give you these bronze hulls. So I've got some, or I should have enough here for the alchemical brass ingots. I'm actually going to plop them in there. I can't put them in there. I'm going to have to wait, either get a chest. In fact, let me grab this chest here and pop them into there, and that will feed into there eventually. And that will spit these bronze plates out and the brass plates out there as well. It's nearly night time once again, so let's go back to the other world. This Steam setup simply is not enough for this. I've just moved over the bronze drum actually because it won't automatically input into these small bronze pipes that I've used. We've not got enough of the pressurized fluid conduits to fill the full line, so we really need to sort this Steam situation out, which is why I'm going the way of the coal cokes now. I think that's probably the best bet. I'm making a load of these bronze plates. I think what we'll probably do is we'll do this backwards. We'll do the big bronze boiler. Ooh. Is that a... I thought that was a creeper then for a second. No, it's not. It's just the rain. I think we're going to do this backwards. So we are going to put the bronze boiler down, I think, somewhere over here. And I said we were going to stack all of them things over here as well. So the thing is that we need some form of wood generation. Now, I do believe there is something called... This is it, your first tree farm, a tree beacon, which gives us barrel upgrades. It gives us a control seal for collect as well, if we decided to go down the route of making golems. But this tree beacon needs mineral leaves. We've not grown a mineral sapling. It also needs a great wood sapling from Thorncraft, as well as a glass lens and liquid starlight, which... I mean, we will get into that, but that will be probably next episode. I think we'll get the infrastructure set down first, and then we'll start plugging it in to a tree farm somewhere along the line. I don't know how that thing works, but I did notice it whilst I was floating around in the quest, so fingers crossed. And here we go. I think this is the last bricked bronze hull for the quest. There is 18. That's task completed. Let's go back over here, because I do believe... yes, we need the machine controller. This is a little bit more difficult to be able to craft, not going to lie. We actually need red alloy plate. We need another one of those bronze hulls, and we need some more, some iron gears. As well as, we need a basic circuit. I've just literally skipped over the recipe there. Some advanced alloy plates. I've just done it again. Advanced alloy plates and some gold plates. These are pretty easy. The advanced alloy plates are pretty easy. This, however... is not easy. Getting the steel plate is okay. The resistors are not terrible. We can certainly make copper wire and get some coal dust. That is not an issue. We've got coated circuit boards. We can make wood planks and sticky resin. Not a problem on those fronts. It's just a little bit of a pain in the backside, that's all. But we only need one of these, remember, to do the quest. And then we get another integrated logic circuit to get that, as well as some coal coke and bits and bobs as well. So 18 bricked bronze hulls are not terrible. They're actually going to be placed in the floor. Are they going to be there? I don't think they're actually going to be there. I think they're actually going to be right there. Now, this is the preview that we've got from the machine blueprint over here, the improved coke oven. It requires 18 of these. It does require, if we take a look at the quest, I think we need item inputs. We need one item input. No, do we need one item input? I think we need one item input, don't we? We need one item output, one item input, and one fluid output as well for the creosote oil. One item input for the wood, and one item output, of course, for the coal coke that's going to come from this. So that's probably what we're going to use just there. I'm not going to put this down here because actually this is going to sink into the floor a little bit more, because this is going to be quite a tall thing in the end. I'm going to stack each on top of the other using the top layer of one machine as the bottom layer of the next machine. So that's something that we definitely have to do. I'm not entirely sure how big that is going to be. Let me just figure this out. here we are, guys. Well, it's been quite a few hours for me. Obviously not been as long for you guys. I have changed a couple of things over here. So I decided to put a big wall around my working area here because I just got tired of having to go through there at night and then come back in. So I've lit the entire place up, as you can see, and now we can work to our heart's content with no issues whatsoever. So over here, well, the coke oven was there. We've moved this because we've now got that structure just inside there. So let's go and take a look at this. Now, this is 3 of these. Oh, it's still raining. This is 3 of these all stacked on top of each other. This bottom one is actually facing the other way around, and there's a reason for that, which we'll find out next episode. The wood will be going into this tiny item input here to be able to spit the charcoal out the side here, and then that charcoal will then be fed into both of these two, and then of course you've got the outputs on this side of the, I think it's coal coke, and then obviously creosote as well. So I may switch this around, I don't know. I haven't made the large bronze boiler yet, but to be fair, apart from these integrated logic circuits, it shouldn't be that hard to make. We have over here quite a bit of bronze and the ability to make a lot more of that bronze as well. I added in this high pressure steam coal boiler just to be able to keep up with the amount that we were using these things. So it seems to be going okay at the moment, but when this thing is up and running with the large bronze boiler here, this will be a thing of the past, and I cannot wait for that. So we're looking at this. Now we are going to use the tree beacon from Astral Sorcery for our way of producing the wooden the wood plank, not the wood planks, the actual wood, so we can get that from the tree beacon and then pipe that into here, and then of course this whole thing will spit out what it needs to into the large coal boiler, and then there we go. That's going to be amazing. Now we are actually going to use item conduits for this. Now, through turning in quests and stuff, I do have some pulsating iron ingots. I was worried about how I was going to transfer items around between these 3 machines here. And I was having a look, and we can go through the quest book here, and you can see that in down here, I was looking through this and I thought, alright, okay, the conduit binder's there. We get some item conduits actually from making this, so we get 8 there anyway. And I thought, maybe I might be able to make 8 stretch out for us, but I thought, well, how do I craft these? And I thought maybe I've got to use these mechanism pipes, and I don't like the mechanism pipes, so I was thinking, how do I make these item conduits? And of course we need pulsating iron, which means we need pulsating iron ingots. Now the pulsating iron ingots actually gives you a quest, so we've got steam oil smelter there, where it gives us 1 pulsating iron ingot. No idea where the other 3 have come from, I have no clue, but that gives us quite a lot of pulsating iron nuggets to be able to craft these item conduits with. And conduit binder is really easy to craft as well. We've got all of that stuff, so that is not a problem. We don't need to worry about transferring items around with the pulsating iron ingots that we've got, so using mechanism or anything like that. So we just need to go ahead and fill in the rest of these gaps. So of course I took down, there we go, that's that one. I took down the coke oven from over there, so now we've got no coke oven. But that's not an issue because everything, there we go, everything is now there. We've got 3 of these advanced coke ovens, which is just going to be, this is going to be the biggest thing, guys. Once we get this up and running in our large bronze boiler, and then of course all of our machines set out as they are, it will just make things so much easier and hopefully so much quicker, and we can get into LV and we can start doing actual electric machines and stuff like that. So I'm looking forward to it, but that's going to be it for the end of this episode. Next episode we're going to come back, we're going to work a little bit on Astral Sorcery so we can get the tree beacon, some mineral leaves, with some other bits and bobs in there that we'll get to next episode, and of course we're going to do the large bronze boiler. I apologise that this episode has taken ages to come out. Number 1, it just takes so long to get all of the stuff together, but number 2, I haven't been very well as well, so and I haven't been able to record. So we are back, and here we go. This is finally, we're going to get into a real amount of steam, and it's going to be great. Until next time, I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please go ahead and leave a like, and I'll see you guys next time. Until then, I've been the Tough Man as always. Stay safe.